What's up, guys? So I wanted to really create this video to help the average person that's kind of transitioning from a normal job being a W-2 job where you're paying and you're getting paid an hourly rate, and you're kind of transitioning over to the sector of an independent contractor. So what that simply means is now you're self-employed. Being self-employed, you're your own boss. So sometimes that transition can be a little bit more rocky to most people than others. So basically, I just wanted to make this video to kind of explain to you guys kind of what to expect transitioning in. It's great. You're your own boss. What do you do? Now you have a lot more freedom than the average person that has to go clock in, show up for work, and do whatever their daily activities are within that job. So I think it's super important if we could take a moment to reflect. So right now, you probably passed your state exam. You probably spent weeks to a month, maybe, taking that coursework, taking the test, and now boom, you're an independent contractor. What does that mean? So when we're going to think of the traditional sense of you being a W-2 employee, you probably get a salary and hourly rate. Now, being an independent contractor, you are in commission-based sales. What does that mean? If you Google this, commission-based sales creates most millionaires in America. Being in the financial services sector as a life insurance agent, you have the capacity here to make more than a doctor. Okay, that's going to take some time. But what's awesome is that it's a low barrier entry for the cost to start up this business. You are now a business owner being an independent insurance agent because you can grow your own agency. We'll get further into that. You could talk to your manager about what that looks like down the road, but it's awesome because you're your own boss. You get to control your income, all that good stuff. So what exactly I wanted to go over is if we look at the traditional sense of how people, what they're told to do in their whole life, go to college, get a good job, yada, yada. Let's think about how long does it take to go to college? I don't know, 4 years on average for a bachelor's. You want a master's, you a doctorate, stuff like that. It's going to be a lot more. The average cost for tuition, sometimes over $100,000. Okay. And that's just to get into a job. That doesn't guarantee anything like that. So here at Family First Life, we look at ourselves as independent business owners. Okay. You're an independent contractor. Your only source of a business expense, really the main thing, the biggest chunk are your leads. Now, leads, your manager's probably going to talk to you about this. What they are, their request where someone actually filled in information about life insurance. So here we don't cold call, we don't cold door knock, nothing like that. We are actually reaching out to people who express an interest in life insurance. All right, you're going to hear me say this a lot, but life insurance is a recession-proof industry. Why? Okay, my background really quick. I came from real estate. Now, real estate ups and downs. In this current market right now, there aren't many homes on the market. The interest rates are super low or super high. So homes cost more. So there aren't many buyers. So real estate agents aren't having the best time right now. But what's cool about life insurance is that everyone is going to need life insurance. Every single person. Why? Because we're 100% guaranteed to die. That is 100% sure. Let's think about car insurance. You have to get car insurance, but guess what? You are not necessarily 100% projected to get into a car wreck. Life insurance, we are going to die. Most people, most Americans don't have $10,000 in their savings that they want to go spend on their mom's funeral or stuff like that. So that's what we're talking about here. If we think about someone buying a house, average purchase home for a house is about $500,000, $600,000. But someone can afford a $50, $60 policy a month. This is why life insurance is recession proof. Every single person is going to be thinking about life insurance at some point. So we only purchase leads, people who requested information for our services. You being an independent business owner now, you have to wrap your head around that. The more leads, the more opportunity and money that you can make. If we come in here with a slim amount of leads that we're going to purchase, there aren't many people that we could talk to. So the whole concept is, as you transition from a W-2 employee, someone who works an hourly wage, into a independent contractor, you are now your own business owner. We're going to help you along the ways to kind of navigate through that transition, and be very upfront with your manager about things you're uncomfortable with or things that you're having a hard time grasping or you wanting to understand more. But essentially, the system is very simple here. Okay, you get your license. Right after that, you purchase leads. You dial the phones to set up appointments, and you go to your appointments. Those are the 3 repeating steps in this business to make a ton of money. Like I said, you can make more than doctors here. But we don't have to go to school for 7 to 8 years to make doctor money. All it's really going to take is during your first 90 days, I encourage you, I challenge you to just lean in, really lean in and just be a student. Yes, you passed your state test. Yes, you took your coursework. The learning doesn't stop there. Now we have a lot of hands-on training, a lot of in-person training. So we're going to be with you along the ways. It's just going to take different times for different people. Everyone's learning curve is very different here. It took me a few months to really understand the whole process, right? It took, people were selling policies in their first weekend. It took other people's a few months, but it's not going to take that long for you to see profit in this business. The average business owner does not see profit until a year later. If we think about comparing life insurance, you're a business owner, right, to a normal business, right? Let's say you wanted to open up a restaurant. Yeah, before you open up a restaurant, guess what? You have to go find a building to lease the building, right? You have to go purchase the food, get the chef, get everything, all your licenses and your permits and ready to go. You've invested this amount of money for your restaurant, but you haven't seen a return yet on your investment. What's cool here is that if you invest in leads, guess what? You can make your ROI 5x it that same week, that same month. You're going to get a return very quickly here. Now, remember, you're brand new, your learning curve is going to be super different. Give yourself some grace, be very upfront with your manager, learn how to communicate with them like, hey, I'm struggling with this, blah, blah, blah. It's very common because you're basically kind of learning a new language here. It's financial services, but guess what? All we're doing, if you have a heart to serve, if you have a growth mindset, if you are a positive person, you don't complain, stuff like that, and you're willing to take on the challenge, you're going to find a ton of success here. Remember, lean in, super lean in those first 90 days. You're still a student, soak in everything, communicate with your manager, kind of really hear what they have to say. They've clearly had success here, and it's just a matter of it translating back over to you. So it's going to take some time. It's okay. Everyone's learning curve is different. We have tons of resources, tons of training. We're always here to help you because even though you're independent, you're still a part of this team. So again, this was the psychology of an independent contractor here at Prime Group in Tacoma.